Welcome everybody back to OK Words, the one and only podcast ever. I'm joined with Plarson, say hi.
What is up?
And my boy 99, say hi.
Hey.
I know we just talked a little bit before we started recording, but how are your guys' days? Peyton, you should take this one off because I feel like you never start.
Okay. It's going pretty good. I mean, any day's pretty good with sunshine, I think.
Yes.
Yeah.
I agree. Okay, 99, how you doing?
I got assaulted by my desk.
Got assaulted. Oh yeah, you should talk about that because I don't know the details.
It's not really a big story, but yeah, I got a little bit of bruise. But so basically, I was just adjusting my desk, was basically just a TV tray, and the thing fucking broke and like fell on me and squished my finger.
Oh.
That was fun.
And that happened.
Now I got a bruise on my ankle.
That happened literally like 20 minutes ago, right?
Yeah. No, less than 20 minutes ago, like 10 minutes ago.
10 minutes ago. That like delayed our recording. That was so recently. Well, that's good. Peyton, I'm glad you're doing good. 99, I'm glad that you are struggling. So my day. Let me tell you guys about my day. I woke up to the gentle glow of sunlight filtering through my curtains. I had a hearty breakfast. I took some time to meditate a little bit, getting into this new thing apparently. As I went about my morning routine, I found myself immersed in a state of flow, according to me. I was completing a bunch of tasks. I was taking items off my to-do list. I was tackling projects. I was running errands. I was engaging in my personal hobbies. I had a midday break where I took a leisurely stroll through a nearby park, enjoying the fresh air and the beauty of nature.
Did you get a Ghost Rider, Keegan?
I am being so genuine right now. This is me, my day.
Yeah, but I wouldn't expect you to say like leisurely stroll and shit.
It was very leisure. As evening approached, I took some time for self-care and I practiced yoga, which is something I do every day.
No way, yoga.
And with a peaceful heart, proudly, and a hopeful spirit, I drifted off to sleep.
Are you writing a fan fiction or something?
Can you guys guess? Just throw something out there. Why you think I'm talking the way that I am?
Did you get GPT to write this for you?
100% correct. That is 100% what I did.
Dude, that's not your vocabulary right there.
That is the theme of this episode. I couldn't come up with an idea for an episode, so we're gonna have ChatGPT make us a couple themes throughout the episode.
Okay.
Thanks.
I feel happy about that intro. That's like the most in-depth I've ever been with my day. So I'm gonna ask ChatGPT, and we're going right out of that small talk. That was big talk. That wasn't even small talk. Make me a podcast episode theme. All right, it says, how about exploring the theme of rediscovering wonder, finding magic in the everyday?
What?
I don't fucking know. You could delve into the idea of rekindling a sense of wonder and awe in our lives. Okay.
What the fuck do they think we are?
They think we're fucking philosophers, I guess.
We're not philosophers. We're just a couple of college kids.
We're about as far as you can get from a philosopher. Unless it's a philosopher studying philosophy in college. That's pretty close.
Yeah, philosophy of geometry dash.
We could work with this. We could get something out of this. Is there anything that gives you guys a sense of awe in your life?
No. I don't know what the fuck they're asking.
You have nothing that gives you a sense of awe. How about something you think you take for granted that is actually very helpful and you're very lucky to have?
Computers.
Computers make me feel awe. They make me feel awful, full of awe.
I really think about it. Same, you can play Minecraft and do your geometry homework on the same device.
Yeah, geometry homework and geometry dash on the same device.
No geometry dash, unfortunately.
Fuck you.
I don't have it on PC.
Technically, a phone's a computer, depending on who you ask.
That's true. Was a computer a phone?
It can be. We're on a call right now, and I'm on my computer.
So am I.
Yeah. Moving on. Peyton, do you have anything that inspires awe in your life or something you think you take for granted?
I would say one thing that comes off my mind is bikes, I guess.
Bikes. Yeah, what do you like about them?
I just like that. I don't know. It's just nice because it's not like super stressful to drive it. I guess it's just like super calm. At least it's just when you're riding down the hill, it's so nice, like feeling the breeze and like I don't know, just the feel of it.
Yeah. And I can see how that could be something we take for granted. Like I like to bike, and yet I keep my bike just sat collecting dust for weeks at a time sometimes. I don't treat it with the respect it deserves. That nice bike. Okay. See, this is kind of working. We can kind of work with this. Maybe ChatGPT is good for something.
Yeah, it's good for doing my essays.
Yep. Exactly.
For legal reasons, that's a joke. Don't kick me out.
For our own asses, don't use ChatGPT for academic success, but for podcastable success, finding magic in the everyday. I'm trying to see if I have anything that fits into this. Rediscovering wonder. You know what? I do. And this is something I would have talked about if I did like a real small talk. I have been reading a book for the last 3 days. I haven't like actually read a book since 7th grade, I think, maybe 6th even. But for a class, I have to read this book that was supposed to get here 2 weeks ago, but USPS sent it from Arizona all the way to Alaska for some reason. They overshot it a little bit. So I didn't get my book until the other day. And I've been speedrunning reading it because the assignment is due tomorrow as we're talking about this.
You try Cliff Notes?
I've tried a lot of strategies. I've talked to people at the school. They're like, try this. I guess technically I haven't tried Cliff Notes, so I can't say I've tried that. But I've just been speed reading it. I got a lot farther than I thought I would. I definitely can't finish it. But something that I feel like inspires awe is specifically this book I've been reading. It's called the Omnivore's Dilemma. It's by Michael Pollan. He's a really cool author. And I'm not gonna lie, it is kind of boring, just because this isn't what I would choose to read normally, but it gives me an appreciation for like for like how food is made. It talks a lot about food, and it just talks about how much work it is to actually grow shit, and it makes me think, wow, plants are so cool.
Yeah, you think about like your, chicken and rice, where the rice is farmed in like, India or wherever. And then the chicken is, hatched from an egg, it's grows up, maybe grows up. And then it's taken to the butcher.
Maybe grows up. Yeah. And it talks about good parts and bad parts of the food industry, but it's just cool. It's a cool thing to hear about. That's really boring to bring up right now, though. So I'm going to move on to the next topic. No, I'll just say give me a quirky one. Let's see how its memory is. How about unsolved mysteries of the mundane?
What the fuck?
Awesome.
What do you mean, unsolved mysteries?
Exploring the puzzling quirks of everyday life. Why does it keep talking about everyday life? Give me a topic about food. Food fusion. That's not bad. Exploring the intersection of
food.
culinary cultures. 99, take us off. Talk about fusion food. Why do you like it? What do you like?
Fusion food, it's just a mix of all sorts of different cuisines, It's just a mix of all different styles. It's like, you ever heard the term, like, like a diverse area being called a melting pot?
Yeah.
Yeah, I think that kind of has to do with the food too, because a pot, that's where the food goes in. And I'm saying food is like really powerful especially fusion food.
Oh yeah.
Food is like a language pretty much. Like you don't have to speak the language to know that Mexican food or Indian food are really good.
I would say food, almost as much as like money, is like the universal language. Everyone loves food. And you can have good food from anywhere. Culture is awesome. I love food. Fusion food. Fusion food. So I was at this bulgogi place near us recently.
Hell yeah.
That I won't be shouting them out by name, but they're very good. They're extremely good. And I didn't order it, but I saw that they have a sushi burrito on the menu. And
Oh yeah, they do have burritos. I forgot about that.
yeah, and that's some kind of fusion food. Sushi, I think, comes from Japan. I really hope that's not a generalization that I'm spreading.
It does.
And burritos, obviously Mexican. Bam, fusion. You got a fusion food right there. sushi burrito. Really, it's just like a really big sushi roll that they didn't cut. But I have had one of those, not from that place specifically, from a different place a couple of years ago. But I know that they're good. You can get them deep fried, probably.
Oh, I think I might know what you're talking about. I've had one of those burritos before.
Probably very Americanized too. Deep fry, like we're the ones that deep fry things. But Japanese and Mexican fusion. Peyton, do you have any fusion foods that you enjoy? It's a hard thing to think about. That's the only one I could come up with.
I guess I don't know if it counts, but I like enchiladas.
I mean, honestly, I feel like any Mexican food you get in America is kind of fusion, because Americanized Mexican food is nothing like genuine Mexican food. So honestly, I could see that. It's like pretty much any enchiladas you can get here. Like,
I mean, Keegan, you spent a lot of time in Texas. You ever had Tex-Mex food?
I have, and it's different. It's exclusively different than what we have here. Probably closer to what genuine Mexican food is like, but also extremely Texas. A lot of the food you can get in Texas is like large portions, a lot of food.
Everything's bigger in Texas.
Exactly. And for me, that's better for food, honestly. I love big food. It's usually greasier. There's a lot of cheese in Texas. They put a lot of cheese on their shit, and I don't complain. I'm not gonna complain. So yeah, Tex-Mex, technically, that's a fusion. Let's move on from this topic, because I don't wanna expose my lack of knowledge any further. The impact of sports on society. This one I want to do something with, because I don't know shit about sports, but I know that you both do. The impact of sports on society. I don't know about that topic specifically. It's kind of bland. There's a psychological aspect of sports that impacts society. I've heard a lot of people talk about if they don't even like sports, they still feel like the hype around it, and it still affects them. And I know a lot of people that go to Super Bowl parties and don't even like sports. They just go there because it's a fun time. We talked about this a little bit in the first episode, but 99. Do you want to talk about a little more in depth maybe than the first episode, how your sports life started? Because I know it's something to do with basketball.
I mean, well, my sports life started watching sports.
Yeah.
My dad's a big sports fan. He watches a lot of basketball and football. Kind of just got like drawn in and just started watching with him.
Yeah. You were like, oh, this is sick.
Yeah, so the thing about sports is that you learn as you watch. So like if you're watching a NFL game, you kind of learn the rules while watching the game, because the announcers kind of go about it as if it's somebody's first game. Pretty much every time they like explain the rules and stuff a little bit. So sports is actually pretty beginner friendly, I guess. Like watching sports.
Yeah. So watching sports, you think, is like a good gateway into getting into sports?
Yeah, but sports, its impact on society, I mean, basically just like hoop dreams or like sports dreams. That's like the biggest impact, because you have like middle schoolers and high schoolers and all sorts of people wearing like Michael Jordan jerseys or like LeBron jerseys, stuff like that, out in the public. Like, even if you don't watch sports, you'll recognize like, hey, that's Michael Jordan's jersey or stuff like that. People always, wanted to be those players. Wanted to be the next Michael Jordan, or be like the next LeBron James and the next Tom Brady, stuff like that.
Yeah, no. Even coming from somebody who doesn't know a thing about sports, there's a lot of sports names I recognize, because sports blows people up.
I mean, I'm sure most people know about, the best. Well, one of the best baseball players of all time, Babe Ruth.
Mm-hmm.
They learned about him in elementary school, probably.
An interesting one that for some reason just popped into my head that I want to bring up. Peyton, you might like this one. Dwayne "The Rock" Johnson. Technically, yeah, he exploded from sports. He was The Rock.
Yeah, he's a wrestler, and he was also a football player before he was a wrestler.
Really?
Yeah.
I did not know that. The tale of Johnson's football journey has been known for a while. Okay, well, not by me, apparently. That's cool.
And he owns a football league right now.
Seriously?
Mm-hmm. The USFL. I think he does. I don't know. He owned it when it was the XFL. I don't know if it's okay. Yeah, he owns 50% of the UFL. It's not the USFL. It's the UFL. He owns 50% of it.
Peyton, soccer. You played soccer.
Mm-hmm.
How'd you like it?
It's very fun. I mean, it's like, for me, it was easier because, like, I don't know, something about it. Like, all the other sports were kind of complicated to me, but like soccer just felt like it connected to me. Like, I don't know, I was just kicking a ball in a net, running towards it.
Yeah, you're just having fun. I guess to specify this to this topic, do you remember how you got into soccer? Was there anything specific that did it?
It was just, I guess, I decided, I was younger. I was like, probably about 10. I was like, I wonder, what I should get into some sports and, interact. And I heard about this cool soccer team. It was by this coach that he was very nice, and he was like very understanding because, like, when you go into sports sometimes, like, the coaches will only put you in like a certain amount of time to go in a game or whatever. He gave an equal amount of opportunity for everybody, and it was just the perfect opportunity to be like, a sport I could maybe be good at.
That's awesome. Did you hear about that team through school at all?
I'm trying to remember. I mean, it might have been mentioned. I'm trying to remember. I think it was something I heard about it through somebody or the school, I think.
Yeah, I wanted to bring up as a separate point. I was just asking if this related at all. I find it interesting that sports is something that like is really ingrained into the culture of not only life but like school specifically. There's a lot of sports. Like, I feel like, I don't want to say majority, but a lot of people in school are doing some kind of sport. You can kind of bet on that when you talk to someone. It's like, you can almost just ask, what sport are you in? Because so many people do sports in school.
No, because I mean, at our high school, the sports kids would usually just wear their jerseys around, especially the football players. They just like wear their jersey to school and stuff.
They're really proud of it.
Yeah, I mean, you remember the pep rallies?
Yeah, I do.
Yeah, those are about sports too. The rivalry game with that other school.
Those got really energetic.
They did. I mean, shit, I was in the pep band. We were all energy over there.
Yo, man, I really wish I didn't quit band. Enough about sports. Next topic. Now, that's so boring. I said video games and it gave me the evolution of storytelling in video games.
Come on, who cares about the story?
Yeah, no one plays for the fucking story.
Yeah, what is this, Final Fantasy? We don't give a shit about the story.
What is this, fucking GTA?
I mean, no one gives a shit about GTA's story.
Yeah. It took me, I think, 500 hours of playtime in that game for me to actually be like, oh, I should play the main story.
God damn, 500 hours.
Actually, I might not even have that many. That might be an exaggeration.
No, that game's too big. Game's too large. Too many gigabytes. Yeah, it doesn't fit on my computer.
The power of cinematic soundtracks. Okay. You know what? I do have a question with this. Do you guys have a movie, not your favorite movie, but a movie you think has the best music? And Peyton, you can go first on this one if you have one.
To be honest, I would probably say, because I really like this soundtrack, I would probably say it's got to be Harry Potter.
Yeah. Is there a reason you think that?
Well, like for example, you look at the seventh movie, like some of the music when the final battle is happening, it's just like, I don't know, it's just really unique. Mostly throughout it, it's just kind of basic music, but especially when you get to the last one, they use a lot of different kind of music.
Mm-hmm. You can see like that. You can hear the evolution through the movies. I think the Harry Potter soundtrack is really interesting, just because it wasn't the first time, but it was an early point in which they were trying to tell a book story through a movie.
Mm-hmm.
So they were going off of something that had no reference to what the characters looked like other than the covers, and had no music. But I really think that they nailed the music for that movie. It really it sticks with you. It's iconic at this point. 99, you got a favorite movie soundtrack?
So when I think of like big movie soundtracks, like good movie soundtracks, I usually go to Pixar.
Yeah.
Because they got really good ones.
Mm-hmm.
But so the one I'd probably say is like really good. I don't know if it's the best to me, but it's the one I'm thinking of right now. I'd say the original Cars.
I was gonna say that. I was gonna say that.
Yeah.
It's so
Of
good.
course, you got the Rascal Flatts where Life is a Highway, but I'm talking about like I think it's called The Big Race, which plays before The Big Race. It's like a really triumphant song.
Interesting.
Like, it's saying, hey, Lightning McQueen's gonna kick ass this time.
I don't remember what that song sounds like specifically, but I remember the vibe I was getting from watching that scene.
I played that song. That song was so good.
And I gotta listen to that after the podcast. A song I really like from that movie that I used to hate, but I really come to appreciate, and Peyton, you're gonna agree with me on this, is the Life Could Be a Dream song.
Yes.
It's just such a vibe. It's so chill. Do I have a favorite? I was about to type in the next one, but I realize I'm not gonna pick a favorite because I think that's really hard for me. But a soundtrack I think is really unique and they really nailed, specifically for like more of an orchestral sound, like they have a whole orchestra playing. Is the Sam Raimi Spider-Man movies have such a distinct sound to them. When you hear the theme of that movie, you know what it is. There's some sound in there that's just so distinct to that movie's soundtrack. Whenever I hear it, I'm like, it's so interesting that it sounds like that, and yet it sounds so cool still. They managed to make it sound that awesome. It also just makes me think of Spider-Man, because that's the movies I grew up on. But also, Spider-Man soundtracks in general just tend to slap. Okay, I typed, give me a topic about pets. And it says the healing power of pets, nurturing mental and emotional well-being. I'm gonna say fuck that. I'm gonna close ChatGPT. Get the fuck out of here. Let's just talk about pets for a second, because that's a pretty basic topic we never talked about in a previous episode. 99.
So yeah, I've never really had pets in my life, like my early life. We never did, but as of recently, my sister got a cat, like a little, it's like a white and brown cat. It's really, really cute. And she brought it home. She brought it to my house once she graduated from college. You know, she just hangs around all the time. Breaks through the doors and shit, you know.
What's her name?
It's fun. Her name is Blue.
Blue. I love that. Peyton, have you had pets in the past? I know you don't have any now.
I mean, like fish, but I guess not.
Oh, yeah, you have fish right now, don't you?
Yeah.
Are fish the only pets that you've had?
I mean, it was a long time ago, but somebody had given me. Well, it wasn't exactly, but it was like a pet rat or something.
A pet rat.
Yeah, ratatouille.
How long did that? Like, how did that end? Did the rat die, or did you like give him away?
I don't even remember. I think it ended up dying at some point, but
it got to live its life with you though. That's pretty nice. When you move out, do you plan to get pets for yourself?
Probably eventually. I mean, I would love to get like a cat.
We're all cat lovers here, I guess.
Yep.
Growing up early in life, I was super jealous because everybody I knew had a dog. Without fail, I could talk to someone and be like, "You got a pet?" And they're like, "Yeah, I got a dog or 2 dogs sometimes." And I was always so jealous. And then when I was, I want to say 6, we got a dog. His name's Phelan. He's a border collie, and he's so sweet. He's still with us. And I was finally happy. I was like, I got a dog. And since then, we've gotten 2 cats and 1 more dog. So we're kind of full with pets. Okay. That does it, I guess, for this episode of Okay Words. I thought it was a funny topic to have ChatGPT just generate us some stuff. And it did turn out to be more interesting than funny, honestly.
Yeah, but you know what would be better than ChatGPT? If you guys in the comments gave us some ideas to talk about.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Fuck you guys.
Yeah, give us some cool ideas.
Yeah, but if you guys have any ideas, we can act pretty desperate, and sometimes it's because we are. Ideas are cool. So if you guys have any ideas, anything that you'd be interested to hear us talk about, let us know. But yeah, thank you guys for listening. Go subscribe to Plarson_reviews. That's Peyton. Shout out to my boy Peyton. Go subscribe to 99. Links in the description of the YouTube stuff, all down there. Go subscribe to me, Jayflame, and we will see you in the next episode, I guess. Bye-bye.
You guys.